Hello everyone, and welcome to the first video of my channel, The First Octave, where I will be helping you take your first steps as a pianist. Today I'm going to teach you the anatomy of a piano and the correct posture while sitting at a piano. I'm sure you all know what a piano looks like on the outside, but do you know how the sound is created on the inside? Let's take a look. As you see in this diagram, when you open the lid of the piano, there are brass strings inside. When you play a note, a hammer attached to it hits the string that creates the sound. These are all attached to cast iron plates which support the high tension from the vibrations and movements. These are the parts we see on the outside. The keyboard where we play with our hands, which is covered by a fall board to prevent it from collecting dust. The pedal box is where we play with our feet. The lid prop holds up the lid and the legs holds up the entire piano. There are a total of 88 keys and 230 strings on a piano. This is because the higher notes have 3 strings each, while the middle notes have 2 strings each and the lowest have only 1. As you can see in these images, the lower notes don't need as many strings because their strings are much thicker, therefore creating the same sound as 3 thinner strings would do. The second topic is posture and form. If you've ever seen pianists play, it might appear as if they all sit per their preference, but in reality there's a consistent posture which they all have. The seat should not be too high nor too low. Your feet should always be flat on the ground and it shouldn't be crossed or reclined. You should be able to reach and play the pedals comfortably without having to lean forward. Next, your back should always be held straight. This allows you to move your arms and shoulders freely without getting a sore back. The third step is your forearms and elbows. Do not keep your elbows pointing inwards nor outwards, since that will be very uncomfortable. Keep them pointing downwards and not touching any other part of your body. Your forearms must be kept parallel to each other at all times to allow your wrists to be stable and play with maximum movement and power. The final step is your fingers. To play the notes accurately with strength, your fingers must be curved with only your fingertips touching the keys. To practice this, place your hands on your knees while sitting down and then lift them up and place them on the keyboard without losing the shape of your knees. Make sure to use this posture while practicing even though it might feel unnatural at the start, but once you get used to it, you'll be fine. There are some examples of famous pianists who you can observe and learn from in the description below. That's it for this lesson, so until the next video, keep practicing this posture every day and get used to it so that you don't struggle with it later on. This will help you in the long run. To revise the anatomy of a piano, keep coming back to this video until you can remember all the parts and their functions by heart. This is the first lesson out of 10, so make sure you keep practicing until I see you again in the next video. Goodbye!